Tony Ferguson is back, meat boy, and he's lost 5 straight. So hopefully he can right the ship and figure out a way to just pick up an ever elusive victory. But it's been just super rough for him recently. The last time we saw him, it was against Nate Diaz specifically, and it was a welterweight bout, and one that he ended up losing in the 4th round by guillotine, which I think was a kind of a surprising outcome for many people, given how competent Tony is on the ground, or at least used to be on the ground. But nonetheless, it's been pretty rough. It's been a testament to how quickly this game can move. I mean, at one point, Tony Ferguson was the GOAT of GOATs on a double-digit fight win streak, and just like that, a few years pass, a couple punches he acquires, and 5 straight L's along the way. So very rough stuff for El Kukui, and he's taking on Bobby Green, who has always kind of had an up-and-down UFC tenure. He did, however, pick up 2 straight wins in 21 going into 22, and things were great for Bobby Green, but he then got finished absolutely straight, back-to-back, once by Islam. No shame, he stepped up on short notice and took the paycheck, got the L, got finished, and then afterwards it was a Drew Dober KO loss that I thought was pretty concerning for him. And even though it was fight of the night, it was back and forth. That shot that put him out was pretty rough. And most recently, we just saw him against Jared Gordon, and that was kind of a crazy outcome, right? Because there was the accidental clash of heads. Gordon then got knocked out unconscious, but the judging, they went to the review station essentially and rendered it a no contest. So even though he did pick up the finish, it was ultimately rendered an NC. So both guys coming in technically haven't picked up a win in a long time. So in this one at minus 345, are you bullish enough on Bobby Green to lay the wood on that, or is it simply too much juice? And maybe even at plus 265, Tony Ferguson, the one-time GOAT, finds a way to get it done. Who are you taking?
Hey, this is such a fun fight. Definitely a fight for the fans, and I feel like Bobby Green probably should win. I mean, he is a big favorite, but that's why I gotta roll with Tony Ferguson, because those odds for Tony, I mean, it's El Kukui. I mean, just because Bobby Green is the king doesn't mean he's not scared of the Boogie King, and that is Tony Ferguson. So I think Tony Ferguson is gonna coming in hot, and he's gonna perform very well, or else he's for sure getting sent to BKFC. Everything's on the line for him. Bobby Green still has a little shelf life left, and you just can't count out Tony Ferguson with those kind of odds. I gotta ride with him.
Yeah, and I think the most interesting intangible in this one is Tony is going to have a near 5-inch reach advantage. So even though they're similar in height, Tony is 3 years older. If Tony can find a way to create some distance and land some shots like he definitely used to do on guys, maybe even wrap up a limb or something on the ground, perhaps Tony is able to pick up a victory in this one. But Tapology, again, is pretty bullish on Bobby Green. 75% is rolling with the king. Majority is beige for the decision. About 45% is brown, though, for the KO. And that to me makes a little bit of sense. I mean, Tony has been getting finished pretty brutally recently. And 25%, though, is rolling with Tony. So 1 out of every 4 meatheads is rolling with you, meat boy. If you're taking Tony, how's he getting this one done against Bobby? Is it going to be a decision, or is he going to find a way to get a finish?
Yeah, I think someone's getting finished. I think if Tony wins, it's by finish. I think if Bobby wins, it's by finish. Neither one of these guys, I think, I don't know. I just don't see any chance that this goes decision. If it does, it might just be a one-sided beatdown. But if it's, I don't know. This is such a tough one to say, but I would imagine someone's getting finished.
Yeah, I do see a world where someone gets finished. I'm hopeful that it's Bobby Green. Even though I am a fan of Bobby Green, how can you not root for Tony Ferguson? I mean, it would be an amazing story if somehow this guy can figure out a way to get his career back on track, but I'm just not that bullish on him, meat boy, and in so doing, I got to pick Bobby Green. I'm going to pick him to win by maybe a late 3rd-round finish, or perhaps this thing does go the distance. Hopefully it's back and forth. Hopefully it's close. Hopefully maybe it's a question going into the scorecards whether or not Tony maybe won the fight, but I just haven't seen enough from Tony recently. It's been kind of tough to watch, and the last time we saw him really be competitive was in that 1st round against Michael Chandler, and everything was going great. He won the 1st round on all 3 judges' scorecards, which I think that might surprise some people, but he ate that front kick from hell, and he just hasn't been the same since. So to me, that was kind of the nail in the coffin, the foot to the face variety, and as a result, I'm going to have to take the faster, the younger, the more spry Bobby Green in this one. So again, late finish or decision, but of course, rooting for Tony all the way. Any last thoughts?
No, absolutely, 100% agree with you there. It would not surprise me, if Bobby Green does get it done, but I gotta go with Tony. Dog. We need a win from him. But throw in the comments who digging and why. Make sure to smash me, subscribe, check out the other videos.